Hello everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Red Raptor Writes. Over the past 20 years, there have been plenty of park builders, zoo builders, dinosaur zoo builders. Some left an unquestionable impression on a generation, while others, we don't talk about those. One amazing video game that's captivated its audience for, 19 years now, is the classic Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. After all this time, after countless playthroughs, I still love it. I'm still into you. With similar games in recent memory, and some currently in development, it would be helpful to look back at the granddaddy of the genre to take notes on the points it did extraordinarily well. That way, developers can learn from JPOG successes. In this video, I'll present 5 main points that were nailed, but this list isn't all-inclusive, so feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments. Now, none of this is to say Operation Genesis was the first park manager game or that it's flawless. However, what Blue Tongue accomplished back in 2003 certainly set the bar for years to come. So guys, let's dig this up. The first major point I want to address is the simplicity of JPOG. Some may consider this a negative. Yeah, you can't bend fences and every building is placed on a grid, but in my opinion, this helps far more than it hurts. This game is very easy to learn. Anybody can pick up the controller or keyboard and quickly get the basics. Heck, I've been playing it since its release. I was 4! Don't get me wrong though, this point isn't about dumbing down your game or talking down to audiences. Operation Genesis didn't do that. In some modern games, there has been a focus on adding more and more systems, adding finer mechanics, and pushing creativity through modular building. On paper, that's all fine, but there comes a point where the learning curve gets too high. Complexity isn't bad in its own right, just be sure that the player can grasp the fundamentals so they have a game to play before receiving their PhD for it. JPOG has some neat features that not every player will understand on their first go around, but it's still very accessible. Next on our list, we have the guests. This 2-decade-old entry has more interesting guests than anything around today. While you might be building a giant battle arena for your own amusement, the visitors are a crucial part of any sane person's playthrough. Nowadays, they're usually just piles of pixels who roam your park or zoo, with their numbers serving as a representation of how popular it is. This is kinda disappointing because back in JPOG, each guest had some character to them. I mean, I wasn't crying out of emotional investment when they died, but I got to know them a little. You were able to click on every individual guest to see what they were like. Everyone was given one of 4 personality traits, which determined what type of attractions they liked. The player was also able to read their thoughts, indicating what worked and what was wrong with their Jurassic Park. And gosh, I love the little details. If you researched umbrella before the rain sets in, the guests would walk around with umbrellas. If you made a gift shop to sell them toys, you saw that toy in the hands of anyone who went there. Gosh, this game went all out with them in a way we just don't see today. Yeah, letting dinosaurs rampage is always fun, but it's even more fun when there's actual personality to the people being eaten. I have mentioned this before, so I've received some pushback on this due to the technological constraints of modern video games. That's a darn shame. Any future releases should find ways to implement these ideas because they worked so dang well in the past. If you've played Operation Genesis for any considerable amount of time, then you already know what I'm talking about here. Blue Tongue came up with some of the best sound designs in gaming, period. I'm sure having Jurassic Park as a baseline had something to do with it. Let's talk about the music though. I'm no music professional. The extent of my musical background is playing flute in middle school band class, so I won't go too into detail. With that being said, this has one of the best original soundtracks of the medium. Every single piece was so memorable, bringing me back to specific gameplay moments. Because certain music played at certain times, a strong association was hammered into our minds. Thankfully, because the copyright overlords don't care about JPOG, I've been playing its music throughout the video and in many of my speed builds, so you've already heard some of how fantastic it is. Everything from managing the park to thunderstorms to jeep rides were all excellently scored. As a video game tie-in to such a successful franchise, you'd expect an over-reliance on John Williams' music, but no. The classic theme does come on in the main menu, but it's never used as a crutch. There's so much original content here. Even when the JP theme is used, the melody only supports what's already going on in the score. I beg you, please listen to this soundtrack on your own time, then try telling me it isn't freaking fantastic. Now, we move on to the dinosaur sounds, which are just as great. Each of the 25 dinos present get their own unique vocals. Some, like the Hadrosauroids, are downright beautiful, bringing a magical feel to any park. This ties right into my next point, but the sound designs bring such a sense of personality and uniqueness to every creature. That's not something I can say about many modern games. Creature sounds often feel so samey. Well, not here. And to prove this, I'm going to play a game with my JPOG veterans, right here, right now. I'll play 5 different dinosaur sounds. I want you to go into the comments below to list the dinosaurs that made each sound. Got it? Great. Here we go. Even if you haven't played it, or it's been a long while, do you hear how different they all sound? Segueing right into my next point, like Paul Blart in the 3rd movie we've all been waiting for, I've noticed certain games striving more for quantity rather than quality. It feels like developers are looking to brag about their animal count rather than how fun the animals are to have in your own park or zoo. This isn't me trying to throw shade or start drama, but Operation Genesis proved that it's about the quality, not just the quantity. Remember this, JPOG only had 25 different dinosaurs. That's so small compared to Prehistoric Kingdom's upcoming 50, Evolution 67, the sequel's current 90-ish, and that's increasing, and ZT2's 130. If this sounds like a problem, well, it really isn't, because each dinosaur here is so enjoyable that after all this time, I haven't felt the need for more. Many more were planned for JPOG's release, but I'm perfectly content with what we got. It feels like, to me at least, every dinosaur has its place. They each fill their own niche in the Jurassic Park. Not in an ecological way, but a presentation way. Everyone belongs here. If one dino was to magically go missing from every copy, I'd feel a huge loss because they all added a unique flavor. There are different designs, behaviors, animations, dangers, gimmicks, and again, unique sounds. Remember the way Pachycephalosaurus would duel each other? How raptors hunted as a pack? How Ceratosaurus cannibalized each other when hungry? This is a strong contrast to its spiritual successor, Jurassic World Evolution, where I felt many additions to be near carbon copies of one another. From a paleontological standpoint, that sounds blasphemous, but in-game I mean. Many dinos felt like reskins of one another, so seemingly their only point was just to boost up the head count. Even if it means a smaller animal count, I'd prefer fewer yet more unique creatures than more of boring ones. Quality over quantity. I hope I didn't give too much away in that last lesson, but finally I want to address in full the animal behaviors. Despite its old age, Operation Genesis still had some of the best behaviors I have seen in a video game. This is the gold standard, and it's not even that complicated. One of the main reasons why this title is still adored today is because the dinosaurs actually felt like dinosaurs. Not from an accuracy standpoint, this is Jurassic Park. It's not supposed to be an accurate representation of modern paleontological ideas. I mean, it actually felt like you were in a Jurassic Park. In universe, these creatures felt so lifelike. So much love, so much attention to detail went into making these animals feel real, even though I was looking at pixels on a TV hooked up to a crappy PS2 that can give at any moment. It's not enough to have a high quantity. If the quality for a dinosaur, any other animal, or really anything in-game is low, then audiences will be upset. Alright, here's an example. If I gave you 100 cookies and they all tasted like crap, would you still like them because you got so many? No, you would much rather have the 25 good, well-baked cookies. So many behaviors went into these bundles of pixels, yet they're all things you'd naturally expect. The dinosaurs play together. The herbivores will occasionally graze on plants instead of using feeders. Large carnivores battle over territory. They scratch, they sneeze, they hunt. Helicopters scare them, the weather impacts their needs, they communicate with one another, etc, etc. That's not even the lazy, I ran out of ideas so I'll write etc. Nah, this is the I don't want to take all afternoon so I'll write etc. I also love how when one of your dinos gets diseased, they'll act accordingly. It's not that their health bar slowly ticks down, but really nothing else is different. No, if one gets bumblefoot, it'll limp. In a carnivore's case, it means they'll struggle to hunt. Dino flu causes them to sneeze. Dino belly makes them eat less. Rabies causes seizures and aggressive behaviors, and so on, etc. Man, I love this. Well, it stinks for the dinosaurs, but these types of details bring them to life. This is something that every game within the genre needs to do. Go the extra mile. Bring your world, your animals, your attractions to life. If not, then audiences will get bored. Even with just 25 dinos, it'll keep audiences coming back for more, for 20 years to come. Jurassic Park Operation Genesis is by no means a perfect game, but Bluetongue still managed to accomplish so much back in 2003. Their game succeeds in many ways, maintaining a loving fanbase to this day.
To this day! To this day!
By following JPOG's example, I hope Frontier, Blue Meridian, Wash Bear, Ludia, and anyone else find even more success in the future. There's so much to learn here. Just taking a few notes can make all the difference. Remember, if you enjoyed this video, to please leave a like, subscribe, and check out my social media. See you next time.